Hello, hello. Welcome to the late night talks with Romantic Developer. It's part 160 of the stream series, so welcome. And while we are starting, I just need to move some of the screens. So prepare slightly my screen because it's not exactly. I did some generation with Sora and I'm moving some of my um, browser windows out of view when I start when we start showing my screen. And yeah, that's Sora. Of course, it looks interesting, looks intriguing. Okay, so let me quickly see if I have any questions recently. I don't think so, but let me double check. It's for community and it's for 156. Someone liked, I liked, I think that it. So for actually moving forward, we need to generate some questions so we could get started. And for that, let's probably switch to our Visual Studio. Oh, it's a Visual Studio Code, yeah. And we have the code which we need to improve today. But let's fix this here. The no news available. So let's just replace no news available so we don't get some silly news because we still need to build that. And let's go to our profile. To understand which profile we will be using, let's just go to our test notebook and see. So discussion starters, okay, answer, and we are okay. So we are reading them from generic and using O1 mini. Okay. So let's see if our session is live. Oh, we still need to rebuild it because we changed some code. So because we don't have auto rebuild, so it's require us to change some code. And we can go here into the prompts and we have discussion starters. Let's see, your content strategies to have access to the following context. Full transcript. Previous number of stream summaries. Maybe we could change it because we need maybe some stream titles, stream summaries, maybe something like that. Important word news. Let's move it like that. And important AI news. Let's move it like that. Please craft a set of questions to help start a discussion in the next live stream. The questions should be divided into the few categories. Reflection, news-related questions. Focus on personal reflections on news mentioned in the current So let's say previous stream has been reflections and news related questions focusing on personal reflections on news mentioned in the previous streams and produce fun and engaging questions which haven't been answered before. If it is a news source, please provide some context as host could be unaware. Technical question based on main technical points from the last streams and supported by insights from previous streams. Produce technical questions or challenges or some ideas which haven't been addressed in previous streams or been addressed not in their fullness. So we just trying to build slightly better prompt exciting news and discussion. Summarize the news and ask what the host think about these developments. If AI news rely on node, host could be unaware of recent AI news. Please provide a quick context before asking any specific question. Make them fun, challenging, like very curious stream viewer would like to nicely engage with the host. So let's try the discussion starters. I understand that it's slightly different. Maybe we need to work on that even more. And let's go here. Let's reset. Oh, we need to test. Let's restart it because we need it. And let's even maybe make 5 previous streams because we don't have any news. Let's execute them. So we maybe could be prepared here. Let's prepare our unit. Okay, let's send it for discussion starters. We found 5+ streams from YouTube. And here are some of the questions. Let's copy all of them into the new document. Okay. And let's move up and remove all the previous things. No, we don't want to save it. Oh, nice. It has some even icons. Okay. So, reflections on news-related questions. Holiday season and personal growth. In previous streams, you emphasized the importance of love and respect, especially during the holiday seasons. How do you think individuals can maintain these core values through the year, not just during holidays? It's simple. You just maintain that values um, every time, every moment, and not only during holidays. Of course, would be involved into the day-to-day life much more after the holiday season, but it means that you could, yeah, still live the same values. Next question, which will build our personal reflections for today's stream, is you discuss the challenges of trust in mainstream media. What strategies do you recommend for viewers to critically evaluate the information they consume daily? You know, it's interesting. I could recommend if they are really interested. So if they're reading something, just leave some points, some space for mistake, of course. For every news, for every word you're hearing, just accept that it could be not true. Yes. And for every crazy idea you hear as well, just accept that probability of that could be true also exists. It's the first thing. So you would be at least slightly prepared for if it's not the truth. Uh, and if some news are relevant to you and you're really interested in knowing more, mm, for most situation, especially about events, world events, especially when there are several conflict sites mm, or of in some area, on some arena, etc., you could try to find news from both sides and from kind of individual or um, not interested parties. Of course, it doesn't provide you exactly right news and exactly right context, but at least you can read news from one side, the same information from another side, and maybe the same information from some trusted mainstream media, and you will get some context and you can try to see how the same situation is visible by others. If uh, some part of the news are completely different from when you're reading about it from both sides, it means that most probably they're not true, or you should be very cautious because, yeah, someone telling lies, someone telling true. If they are similar with some small differences, it means that most probably it's more or less about the true some events, but of course you need to leave even at least one person that it's not true, and yeah, you can move forward, and so on and so on. It's a remind me in recent news with day 12 of OpenAI news stream, and where they provided a news about O3 model. It's the most newest and sophisticated reasoning model from OpenAI O3, O3 and O3 Mini, and they invited some guy from I don't know, I don't remember exactly the guy name, but he working in the company, or he's even CEO of company who created a test, a GI test, which um, need that which have some even competition that um, so they test many models on how well they could answer tests which are created for identifying if model is AGI or not. So if you see a human, it's like Turing test, but much more modern and which provides some metrics. And before O3, I believe the most big results in the test reach only 5%, and O3 reached about 87 and 5.5%, which of course a large leap in that area. They already developed in version 2 of that AGI test, which are more complex and less predictive, but yeah, shows that O3 model shows very good results. It shows that it could resolve multiple tasks much better than um, selected people, selected students or PhD. So it's working on a really high level. Of course, it's not AGI, and they mention it multiple times, but it just did several initial AGI tests pretty well. And then I read multiple news that O3, the OpenAI declared about AGI, their new model is AGI, and so on and so on. And some of those news are from people who looks like should understand the thing, but they just choose, I don't know, that yellowish titles for the news. Or, yeah, and when you read some of those news, you see that people actually believe that it's AGI. So come on, guys, it's still large language model. It's with reasoning. It could do very cool things, but it's not the model which learned and which can do decisions and whatever. So it's not close to what we expect from uh, general artificial intelligence, or at least from some self-learned, guided artificial intelligence. So it's not true artificial intelligence. It's very sophisticated, very advanced LLM models, which still very cool. It's unbelievably cool, but it's again not AGI. So, and yeah, you can see that in that case, people just call that it's AGI. But yeah, if you just listen to what the source, listen to the source to that stream of OpenAI with Sam and Altman and other guys, you understand that it's not true. It's just part of critical thinking. Global conflicts and personal responsibility. Consider your reflections on ongoing conflicts like Ukraine, Syria. What role do you believe individuals can play in promoting peace or understand their communities? The thing is that every person should do a choice if they support war or they support peace. And there are no other choice. If they support war, the more truthful decision would be go and fight in that war. If they support peace, there are multiple options how to do that. Of course, you could support people who are victims of the war, so who flee the country, who need some support. Those people decide to choose not war, that's for sure. And I don't know about their heads, but at least their actions clearly show that they left country and they flee from the war and they don't want to be part of it. So you could provide some support to them if you want some action, or yeah. And the thing is what you spreading about around yourself, aggression, and say, hey, you should do, I don't know, you should do fight Russia, etc., or fight, I don't know, in Syria, Assad or Iran or any other country. So it would make you part of the war and make you responsible for all the deaths in that war. I understand that it's not direct responsibility, but at least it would be make responsible to take part in that aggression. All people should naturally want to resolve all the conflicts in peace with lowest possible number of deaths and victims and whatever. But yeah, if you choose differently, it's your responsibility. And I said what would be a true and truthful decision in that complex question. Okay, technical questions. Let's see. Automated transcriptions. You face challenges with automated video transcription and hallucination in local models. What potential solution or technologies are you considering to improve transcription accuracy and reliability? We already talked about that last stream, so come on. Content creation. With your plans to create a chatbot, what specific features are you aiming to implement to make chatbots engaging? You know what? I want to ask questions. It should reply. It should provide some context, and more importantly, it should listen the stream and ask questions as we go. Of course, it would be very cool. Optimizing Python scripts and scalability. Okay, not answer that. Context. Recently, OpenAI released advancement in multimodal AI models that can understand and generate content across text, images, and audio. These models are pushing the boundaries of what possible in AI-driven content creation and interaction. What's the latest advancement in multimodal? How do you envision integrating these capabilities into streams or content creation process to enhance viewer engagement? So we have still different APIs for image generation, for text generation, and etc. for structure output, but it's possible with so-called plugins. Maybe it's called differently right now. So you could plug in some functions which could execute, for example, create images when you ask, or like please create image, or could do other things like transcribing audio if you ask what it's telling about, etc., etc., or do visual identification. Of course, maybe there are already solutions. I haven't looked at it, but it would be very, yeah, very logical. Ethical consideration, more powerful and versatile. What ethical consideration content creators should keep in mind to ensure responsible use of these technologies? Hmm, there are a lot of thoughts and talks about it. Of course, you shouldn't fake someone. You shouldn't. But it's, I mean, the same ethical consideration like you do video normally. Not much more. What are your thoughts on how AI advanced might transform everyday tools and workflows for developers and content creators in the next few years? I believe that in course of next few years, models, current models will become so advanced that it will dramatically lower need in low quality developers, coders, and designers, and everyone. And just clever developers could combine multiple roles like user experience specialist, etc., because models could assist with that a lot. And basically, prompting skills, it's not as complex as it sounds. Um, if you could logically ask a question, like from human or from whoever, asking the same logical question from model will allow you to receive a response. So I believe AI in future, in past few years, will choose the ecosystem of development and IT and Word much more than it's done in the last 10 years. It's my thoughts. Like if someone says, hey, let's bet in few years mm, we'll see that it would be exactly the same, that AI is advancing and people are working, developers are working, and people still need to developers to work. No, I believe it would be much more quicker transformation. Okay, okay. So let me do some um, sip because I have sore throat. Second, I think I can use Markdown and say, hmm, I will be back in a minute, and I just do something like that, and will return to you in a second. Give me a second. Hello, hello. I'm returned. So let me slightly prepare. I will double check my stream here on YouTube. Okay, looks good. Okay, let's transition back. And so we reply very few questions from our model, one model, one mini about some questions. Now we could go and try to implement some of the news feeder, correct? So our task is, let's remember our task. Our task is here in Romantic Developer Streams, and we're looking for that helper and discussions to provide discussion starters. We already took full content of previous stream. Okay. We took summaries of some number of previous streams. We already did it. We're looking for most important news in the world and most important news, for example, in AI scene. It's something we haven't done and we need to do. Then we build a prompt which will take into account all the context and provide few questions. We already did that. Then we need to build helper program. Right now we build it as part of YouTube AI helper Python. Configurable prompts exist. Could get the last some number of streams exist. Search for summary exist. Research how to get latest news in different subject areas we need to do. And then we need post them as comments or post in live chat as we speak. So most probably we will post into live chat discussion starters, and then we will build another bot like chatbot, which will use real-time OpenAI SDK to listen what we are talking and ask question along the stream just to make the whole experience more engaging. So right now we need to find that sources of news, and I believe, oh, no. It's by the way some, sorry, Sarah's video. I will probably insert that video into video about how to download something from YouTube. But yeah, you see, it's pretty interesting. I tried different prompts. I tried to use my normal home lighting and some developer which somehow reminded me myself. But yeah, of course, it's all quite complex. Okay, give me 1 second. And I am looking for received some comments. Open my news to find some account, but yeah, let me search for API, and we are looking for API in. So we are looking to SERP API, and we want to go to the SERP API probably here, and let's find what is that. Data for SEO, SERP API simple integration, SERP API. So for some reason it's called Google Search API. And if you look for the pricing, we for free have 100 search months. And let's sign up with our romantic developer stream. Okay, for email, it should be here. Let's see what we have. Confirm your email and verify phone number. Let me put my number differently. I'm not sure if it will allow me to subscribe it once again. Okay. Okay, it's already used. Okay, let me give me a few seconds. So I'm looking how to register here because for free plans it requires some phone number, but I already used that phone number for different uh, sign in, and I'm looking if I could use my phone number from Google.com Voice. If you haven't known that on Google Voice you can have a uh, phone number for free, voice.google.com, and it would help you to. Okay, it says it sent verification, and let's see my code, and let's see, try to finish registration. And okay, verify, and we can switch back to my account. Nice. So probably let's go here. So it's SERP API, and let's look on Google News API. Oh, come on. We already signed in. Okay, searches, it's our private key. Okay, we can regenerate, so I'm not afraid. Anyway, I'm on free search, so if even you use it and try to use, that wouldn't make a lot of sense. So, and we are looking for search queries, advanced queries, parameters, etc., etc. Example, topic token. So we searching for Google News and we try to, there are a lot of examples. Okay, let's try to go to our ChatGPT free version. Let's start new chat. And let's ask, can you help me to write a code which will use, let's include search to in Python language, which will search top 5 general news in last 24 hours and top 5 AI news in the last day as well. I need news title and content. So let's see if it could help me here. Install Google search results, sign up, okay, define search parameters, Google search, date time, UK, past 24 hours, to fetch news, Google News Engine, API key, it's okay. Num results, and we look in here for SDR equals 1, SD min equals get general news, top 5 news, and AI news, artificial intelligence, top 5. And we have general news, AI news, and display news. Okay, what we can do, we can test if it's what we need or it's something else here. So let's go to our notebook test 5. Let's add code. Let's add code at the very beginning. Let's create code somewhere here. Let's call it news API key. So I'm going to regenerate the code after the stream, so it's have no sense trying to sneak it, because you can do it yourself. You just go and register on that website and you have for free at least 100 requests param, and we call it news API key. Okay, let's try to do search. This way we're doing 2 searches, correct? No model name SerPapi. So we need our terminal, and let's follow the instructions from ChatGPT more precisely. We need to install Google search result. So let's go here. Let's execute that. I'm not sure we did it properly. Why? Because because we did it in PowerShell and it's not in virtual environment. Let's use pip install requirements. It would be not requirements, it would be local. Okay. I'm not sure we need to uninstall. We actually need 12.6. Let's go our requirements and let's go here and let's use 12.6. Let's execute it once again. I'm sorry, looks like we haven't committed updated requirements txt after we updated YouTube DLP. YouTube DLP is one of the programs which is better to keep updated because sometimes YouTube did some changes and the more recent library, of course, doing the better. Okay, now we could go to the test. Probably we need to restart. Okay. Okay, general news fetch news param API key. News API key is not defined. News API key. Okay, let's define it. And now we should be able to have it. Let's see. Mm. So we have 4 news for generic and we have 100 news for artificial intelligence. But for artificial intelligence, titles not telling the news, we of course have a link, but I'd prefer not to have a link, but rather results. So it has title, link, and snippet. In fetch news, we have number results. Yeah, interesting. Let's come back and say, um, doesn't show news content at all. It skips, it shows generic news, it shows few top generic news as none. It for some reason selects 100 AI news. Title, link, no content. Any way to fix this? We have only 5, but with title and content. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Retrieving article content. Metadata, title, link, and snippet, but didn't fetch full content of the article. Okay, so we need to use some scrapple. Fetch news. Okay, ensure that you are searching news. Number results, topic, params, topic token, topic token, topic token, none. General news, fetch news, artificial intelligence. Display snippet, import. Replace with actual token for general news. You can find topic tokens in SERP IP documentation by inspecting JSON response from a general news search. Let's look at once again. Article content. As mentioned, fetching full article content requires additional steps, including sending HTTP request, page article URL, and parsing the HTML to extract the content. Okay. Let's see here. So, Google News API. Let's look playground, publication token, story token, and topic token parameter. Okay, and topic token parameter defines Google News topic token. It used for accessing the news results for a specific topic like word, business, technology. The token can be found in our JSON, sorry, response or the URL of Google News page. In the URL is a string of character preceded by topics. Let's see. We need Google. Let's say top news. And let's not now news. And search query. If you just remove and just search for anything. Maybe we could topic. Top stories. Okay, it sounds good. So let's say topic stories, United States English, no cache, and let's click search. Okay, let's try to see the same practice here. Let's say top stories token equals, and let's try to use ChatGPT response for the search, because we need also news as well in our case to provide better AI engaging questions for our streams. So let's go here. Let's switch here. Maybe let's make slightly smaller. Okay, and here we just specify top stories token. Let's see. Okay, it's a error. Fetch news. Oh, need news API key. So let's see what we'll receive. Top 5 general news articles from the past 24 hours. All 0. And top 5 AI articles. Better artificial intelligence stock. Okay, the race to translate animal sound into human language. To artificial intelligence AI stocks that have roughly doubled. Okay. And a sort of superpower unexpected revelation made possible by AI in 2024. But here we have nothing. So we have topic token, publication section, story token. So let's look from our playground what we received in news result. News result. Let's maybe move higher. Let bigger. Yeah, we don't need. So we have news results. And stories. And then another story. Interesting. So position 3, position 4, and then another story. And again position. Do I have ability to copy that? Looks like it's a lot. Let's go here and ask ChatGPT. Okay, for the top stories, kind of general news. I am receiving the model. Can you please update the code to support both cases? Too long. We could probably slightly remove. Okay. Still too long. There was an error, and looks like its error is so. Let's reload conversation. Let's copy the message and let's try once again. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Pam pam pam. 3, 4 thumbnail. Position 3. Title position 5. Stories position 1. And let's remove everything from here to okay. Really? It's nice. It's nice. We are talking about the program, and I sent you example of Google News response. Help me with displaying the news results properly. No, no, no. That one don't want to do that. So, so what we have here? We have general news. Let's see how it looks like from. So if you just do it like that, it has a list of position 1, position 2. And in position 1, we have something like German Christmas markets aspect and stories, position 1. Okay, 5 get over that attack. And if we will copy everything and let's insert it somewhere like here, let's convert it to, do we have any plugins? Let's install Java script, JSON, maybe, yeah, install, yes. Let's install those plugins and we could see the result and probably we could parse that result ourselves and or ask better model. But the problem with those results is existing and it's basically so it's our model, but it could start with something not very model. Okay. Okay. And now we do refresh. Missing name of object member, position. Let's see if that could understand it. JSON. It also couldn't understand because I don't know why. Hmm. Maybe it's even because that not properly displayed, not with proper identification, with a single quote, not double quote. So we can use something like JSON to display JSON object in Python as text. JSON dumps. Really? Okay, let's do something like that. Yes, so we have here 5 news position from 1 to from 0 to 5, from 1 to 5, and for each news we have that highlight and so on. So let's try to see once again. Highlight story, story token, and it would be another position highlight stories. Position 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Okay. In position 1, highlight, let's look on highlight title. It would be something like that about judge, icon, okay, author's link to the full article, thumbnail small, and for stories, it would be another 1, 2, 3, about 3 stories about that, and each story with own link to own link, and we have a link by link and title by title. Okay, so we have ability here to combine basically for each big news, for each story, we can combine about 4 titles, and probably we could combine about some content. Yes. Yes, and for the news and for the not general news, but for the artificial intelligence, it looks like different format because we are looking for just some search result, and it would be showing us just position 1, position 2, and so on up to position 5. And it would be just title, source, and link. Again. Okay, let's also double check of how many responses did we done already. It's 5 searches. So we did 2, 2, and 1 in playground. That's how it's 5. 5 of 100 searches for this month. Again, we should be completely fine with 2 searches per day. So it would be just 60 searches for us a month. We can even do 3 searches per day here, but the problem is that it's no content at all. Let's look at the playground. Probably let's look at the news API once again. Localization, topic, parameters, engine, news, no cache, zero trace API key, output is on, it's fine. API examples. So should we need to write news, like write some scrubber, which will take that news content from linked site, or we could find some Google or some other news accelerator which can return as content? That is the question. Okay. What we can do? We can ask few things. First of all, we can ask so we can go here to our O1 model and say, hi, I have an helper program. I need to write a functionality for discussion starters, which partially have been implemented. Mm, sorry. Mm, I my current code is here. My new I need your help with generating a class which will search and combine news content. I have some working code like, let's go and insert our working code. It doesn't show well general news because they are in format like, let's go this format with general news. Please using all of this information, please generate news extractor class news API key should be taken from config. Also guide how to call it from discussion starters. So let's try to send quite a lot of information to O1 model. O1 not free model, but it's available to everyone who have any type of subscription in ChatGPT. Uh, I'm sending it to O1 because we already have what we need from so to make it working. But right now, yeah, it just will help us to write some news extractor, and we can copy it. No, not yet. And it will, yeah, read the news, and let's see what it's doing. Read API key from your existing config, okay. Page the parsers new, okay. Combine top level highlight articles and stories into unified format, okay. Provide method to fetch general news or AI news or any other query, okay. So here we have that API key. If no key, we have all of that fetch query. So if we have token, we could read the token. It's all the parameters. If token is here, okay, and get the results and parse news results. If we have any highlights, we do highlights and append articles with highlights, title, link, date, source. Otherwise, just combine stories into articles. Return articles, get general news, it's okay. And get AI news, it's okay. Okay, let's copy the code. Of course, it wouldn't be without content of the stories, but let's start with something. So let's go and click new file, news, how it's called, news extractor, news extractor, Python, and we will search for news API key. Let me move it slightly here just to copy everything from token. News extractor is fine, but we need to do changes in config. It's how we use some discussion starters. Key to keybase. So let's go to config, and here we could say also something like news API key. Okay. And then we will return that as news API key equals news API key. I think that's it. And now we need to also go to discussion starters. And where we have that thing, we need that news instructor initialize. Extractor initialize. Oh no. And we need also import that news extractor as well. Okay. And now here we need to that self news extractor get. And it's in general news row, AI news row, and top stories token. And it would be in load build prompt. So we put it here. Google Top Stories token. Yeah, we don't have it, so we use it by default. That as well. And then we have Word News AI. Okay, and we need just format news for prompt. Format news for prompt. And we have title, source, linked date. So let's try. We can try still with our okay. And with that, the operation we need to do is to execute everything above that. Just to initialize all the classes. And now this one. And it says word news is not defined. Okay, it because we haven't seen that we are inserting wrong variables. Yeah, probably we need to start using something like which will verify us on Go, like maybe file lint or something like that. Row and text and we return text. So we do restart and we do execute all previous things. And let's execute our case. Maybe we need to add some login, like getting the news. Okay, let's, no. Let's copy cell output. Let's go somewhere like maybe here, and let's just remove first part, and let's see what we have now. Reflection on Magdeburg Christmas market attack. The recent tragic attack has deeply affected many. How do you think such events influence our perception of safety during festive seasons, and what measures can communities take to foster a sense of security and unity in the aftermath? Navigating political tensions with ongoing discussion about Trump's statement regarding Panama Channel and broader political landscape, how do you believe political rhetoric shaped public opinion and international relationship? Have you noticed any shifts? And coping with global conflicts, considering the persistent conflicts in the region that you mentioned in previous streams, what are some personal strategies? Okay, so you see now it's at least have some recent context, so that questions for the stream it's much more live, become much more live, technical. Okay, it's my question. I've been working in Python scripts to automate. What are some key improvements? Okay, with your implementation of Llama generic discussion starters, what are some unique features? Okay, exciting AI news. No news updates provided. Here are some hypothetical questions based on general AI, as there are no recent AI news updates provided. I see, I see. So it's still failed to generate AI news, correct? Let's look at them. Mm, let's look at the discussion starters, and we say AI news row, get AI news, num results, and get AI news, self-fetch news, artificial intelligence. Query. Mm, So once again, news, fetch news, query num results, fetch news, num results. Engine, Q, query. Okay. Search, Google search, get dict. Interestingly, but it should actually return something. Let's try to execute, and so in our test config, let's create code, and let's say from news extractor import news extractor mm, and e equals news extractor config. We have config or LLM config. Okay, anyway, we have config which is based on LLM config, and we say has an e get AI news, and let's say 5, let's say 10, and let's save it to variable AI n. Okay, and let's do AIN. It's empty. Interesting. So we have this thing, API key, Google News Query, TBS, past 24 hours, SDMax, now stream, num results, and we see. we query news and we see, okay, num results, API key. Google search params, results get dict. News results, num results. So let's in our test here say it would be fetch news. Let's call it AI 10. Now it's working. Fetch news is working, correct? Okay. Let's go to news extractor and we have parse news response. It's fine. Get general news, get AI news, and AI news, fetch news. I really don't know what's going on. Let's say it would be like AI. Okay. So the last test. Restart. Run everything on top. We already doing some number of requests here, correct? We are doing already some number of requests. If we go to our account, it shows 6, but actually it's not 6, it's closer to 8 or 10, which I'm still not worried because we have week in this year, in this month. Let's execute this. 1 second. Okay, and let's check what we have here. Did it receive better results or no? Oh, and let's look. Again, no NI news available. What it does mean? Come on. Let's go here and E, and we have get AI news 5. Interesting. Very quick question. Let's ask a very quick question. Hey, I am using use API. No. I'm using this API. but once I execute search several times, it returns empty result. Is this expected? I am telling about AI news search. So let's see very quickly. Interesting. No good responses. Let's just put here 6. Still no news. Self fetch news AI num results. Turn parse new response. Oh, fetch news. So we are fetching news, but then parse news response articles. Okay, let's look at what we have here in test APNB. Let's come here and say for artificial intelligence, I got different return format. Can you please adjust the code? And we need to come here and ask that question here. And let's quickly see. So you see, even we use that synth to generate code, we need to do some debugging ourselves. Even it's O1 model, but yeah, it looks like it doesn't have a lot of information about that synth. Okay, let's come back here. Let's go to news extractor. Let's come here and for here, let's just search for AI. I like AI results better. And it's parse article and then it's go for multiple cases here, which is fine. So with that, if we will try to do the same thing once again, let's restart, clear all outputs, and execute everything above. Most recent result should be the best. Again, it's still not good because we don't have content of the articles, but I like it more because at least it will provide something. Not full results, but at least something. So we just go copy cell output, and I already see that now it's much better. Feel free. And we start with that one. And yeah, while it still show for generic news that Magdeburg Christmas attack. It shows some conflicts, balancing. For technical questions, it's doing everything we talked about, but for exciting AI news, it says AI deepfakes and elections, AI development delays, and of course, NVIDIA impact. So now it's become much more interesting in terms of communications starter endpoints, even it doesn't know the full news content. Okay, I think for now, for now, it is, mm, and it's something we can continue next stream. At least for the next stream, we will have slightly more recent news and techniques. We still could refine our prompt to start our conversations. So I think that's it. I need to drop off, and hopefully you will have a nice day. Let's spread our thoughts to our loved ones, families, friends, communities to propagate acceptance, love, wisdom over aggressions, over uh, not not wisdom, I don't know, stupidity and other things, because that's something which could change the track how we going into our future and our world's future. So let's keep together. Let's um, keep together as kind, full of wisdom, full of acceptance people, and see you tomorrow or whenever you are ready. Please leave me some comments below the stream. See you guys.